Hi everybody, it's Norman Van Aken and I'm here with my treasure books. This is not only one of my treasure books, this is a game changer book. This book, anybody that was around when this book came out, was in the kitchens, well, this was what people were talking about in the kitchens of the day. Marco Pierre White's White Heat. 1990, and Britain's food scene explodes due to this guy. This book brought the news. In these black and white photographs, we were finally seeing ourselves, not photoshopped, a wreck by some standards, shaggy, sweating, bleeding, gaunt, glazed-eyed, and we felt a rebel's affinity. Let's take a look. This part here, I'm gonna have to flip it around so I can read it to you. Marco's talking. I wish I wasn't a cook. I wish cooking was just a passionate hobby, but it's an obsession. I used to dream about food, smells, taste, textures. That must be how dishes come to me. All these ideas steam away in my head like old cabbage leaves in a compost heap. And then one day, something clicks and they get translated into this beautiful food on a plate. I was given this book. The black and white, the power, the way these excerpts read. 1 potage, 2 fondant, 2 raviolis, 1 pigeon, 1 lamb, 1 veal. Hold on 1 minute, 30 seconds. It's in the middle of the kitchen, in the middle of the rush. This book was before the Food Network. It was before TikTok. It was before Instagram. It was before all this stuff. Dress in 10 seconds. Simon, start filling up the bass. On my board, come on, dress. Let me salt it. What table is this? Table 1? Use your fingers. I don't care if you burn them. You weren't given fingers not to burn them. Quickly. Oh my gosh, this guy was speaking our language. And the black and white photos. I mean, just the power of these double page spread like this, all wearing the comey aprons, their names not on their jackets. They were too hardcore for that. And this picture. Oh, yeah. When me and the guys in the kitchen saw this young lady hanging out with him, we thought maybe there's a chance for guys like us. And let's see, what do I got next? Oh, here he is at the end of the shift. And then he says this. At the end of the day, it's just food, isn't it? Just food. Oh, yes. Yeah, that's all it is. Just food and blood and sweat and all the energy that you could muster. This was cooking. This is the cooking that we were doing. There was a Bruce Springsteen song that came along a little later in life, which was Prove It All Night, that I had to listen to before I'd go to work every day. Those kinds of songs and this kind of book. But then you see, as you get into the book, you see his food. Now here you don't have the madman, the punk rebel. You have this aesthetic that goes on in the book. This beautiful dish right here, this salmon with herbs. I'm sure this is an homage in part to the Trogreau brothers, the famous salmon and sorrel. And this particular dish, got me so much that we decided we would do this dish in honor of Marco Pierre White. And he gives honor to one of his early bosses, Pierre Kaufman, and braised trotters, Pierre Kaufman. We did this dish. It took hours and hours to bone out those trotters and then stuff them in the way that we needed to stuff them. And yeah, I don't think we sold more than 2 or 3 because it was just too far out and hardcore for the audience on South Beach in 1990 or 1991 or 1992. I was given this book as a gift by my dear brother in 1991 in April 28th of 1991. I will toast him right now. He'd prefer white burgundy, I know, but I'll get to that in a little while. I'll leave you with an image and gratitude for this gift from Charlie. Marco, wherever you are today, it was a pleasure to meet you back then and get inspired by your White Heat. An ironic name, not. It is White Heat.